Welcome to ACC.13. We're going to take a really close inside look at the NCDR, and I'm thrilled to be joined by Greg Dehmer. Greg is Chief of Cardiology at Scott & White, is that right? And,
yep.
And you're also the, I've got to look at this title because it doesn't roll off. You're also the chair of the NCDR's Public Reporting Work Group and a former member of the management team. So thanks very much for joining.
Yes, I am. Thank
Greg,
you.
let me ask you about the NCDR and the sort of the role of data. I mean, it sounds like it's critical in our practice of cardiology today, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We are becoming very data-driven in what we do. You know, Randy, we have guidelines. Guidelines tell us what therapies we should use. They set that forth, but in reality, it's the registries and the NCDR registries that really give us a handle on what are we actually doing. You know, perhaps it's all of our own fault as physicians, but we always think we're doing better than we perhaps really are in some cases. So without that measurement, and that's what the NCDR registries bring us, is that measurement science that really gives us a up-to-date look at what we are actually doing, and it's upon that we can build from quality improvement and improve patient care. And that's the real mission of the NCDR.
So it's critically important. There were, you had just mentioned that there have been lots of neat highlights here of the NCDR. Some of the amount of abstracts you were telling me. Tell me about what's been going on here at the meeting.
Well, there's been a strong effort on the part of the NCDR to really harvest all this data and turn it into publications.
Right.
At this meeting alone, there's 22 abstracts being presented. In 2012, just the year 2012, there were 46 peer-reviewed manuscripts that were published based on NCDR data. This is a particularly exciting meeting because one of the newer registries in the NCDR is the IMPACT registry. This is a registry focusing on pediatric cardiology and specifically on pediatric cardiology procedures. And this meeting is the first time that any data from the IMPACT registry is being reported, with 4 specific abstracts that are harvested from IMPACT. So that's very exciting.
So yeah, so really just a really highlighting area there. Let me ask you, I know that you just gave the James T. Dove lecture, which is fabulous, but you were really, I think in part of that you said you talked about public reporting. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the whole session, the James Dove session, was on public reporting, and this is a very hot topic these days, very hot. A lot of people are interested in public reporting. I kind of, one of my slides, I characterize it a little like a fireworks explosion. Right now, public reporting is going in a lot of different directions. Like fireworks, it's drawing a big crowd. There are some who ooh and ah and think it's a great thing.
Sure.
I have a lovely 5-year-old granddaughter, and she's scared to death of fireworks. And there's lots of people who are scared of public reporting right now. And then finally, just like all the announcements you see around July the 4th, it is very clear if this is not done and it's not done correctly, just like fireworks, you can hurt yourself. So the whole session really focused on pros and cons of public reporting. It is going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. There is no question it's going to happen. It's just a process that's under constant evolution as we learn how best to do it, how to provide meaningful variables and meaningful output for the public, because that's really who it's for. So it's how to provide those meaningful things. That's one of the challenges moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, it unequivocally is going to happen. And when you talk about public reporting, you're really talking about the gamut of things, outcomes, individual practitioners, ratings, all that stuff?
Right. Well, I mean, it is already happening. I mean, everybody's familiar with Hospital Compare. There's Physician Compare is coming down the line. There are numerous consumer groups that are reporting. Leapfrog, one of the speakers at the Dove Symposium, was the woman who started Leapfrog. And the whole area is, it's a very important area because in some respects, a lot of what has come out in the news media and the public media lately has been negative in terms of stenting and potential overuses of stenting and things like that. And in a certain sense, it's eroded the public confidence in the great work that many, many cardiologists do. So I think there's a call for that level of transparency. People really want to see that thing. They want to, as we move from a fee-for-service type of payment model to more of a value-driven or value-based payment model, quality-based payment model. This information is going to be very important to the public.
It's going to be very important not only for the public but for media that covers this, because they really need education.
Yes.
Well, Greg, you're doing a great job, and we appreciate you joining us and telling us about this. The NCDR does a fabulous job of data and public reporting, and we thank you for joining us here at ACC 13.